Nelly, I wonder if I could ask you about Lottie Woad, because obviously there's an awful lot of excitement about her here. Could you give us, having played with her obviously in Scotland last week, and just some kind of appreciation of what she's achieving at this extraordinary stage of her career?
Absolutely amazing. I was very impressed with her composure, her process. I think, when it comes to pre-shot routine, especially under pressure, in the heat of the moment, sometimes people seem to fidget and kind of doubt themselves, but she stuck to it. She stuck to her process every single time, and I think that's one of the main things that I noticed is, how mature she is for her age and how comfortable she was in, the heat of the moment.
And technically, as a golfer, she's obviously doing things very, very well.
Yeah, you can see that she's put a ton of hours in. Obviously, I mean, kind of everyone out here has, but her putting's very solid, her game's solid. She hits it pretty far off the tee, so, and she kind of grew up in this kind of weather too, so I feel like she's kind of comfortable. I mean, her wins this year are professionally. One's in Ireland, one's in Scotland, and obviously here, so you can tell that she's kind of comfortable playing in kind of rough weather, but overall I feel like she's just very solid overall.
And this will sound a very obvious question, but from what you're saying there, you regard her as a real contender at this major championship level?
Yeah, of course. I mean, as I said, golf is a game of confidence, and she's definitely high up there right now, so she's going to be trusting everything, and she's, her worst finish in the past 3 events is theoretically second, third. So I think she's also riding a confidence high too with how well she's playing.
Success has come pretty early and quickly for Lottie Woad. As someone who knows what that feels like, what advice would you give her on how to navigate some of these early stages of her career?
Yeah, Lottie and Rose, I think, won their first tournament, as a pro, and then on the LPGA. So it was pretty. Rose has had such a amazing career, and Lottie's off to a very hot start as well. Just outside of her win last week, but finishing top 5, I think, in Evian, and then winning the Irish Open the week before. She's been playing unbelievably. I don't know a lot about her game personally, but the little that I've seen, she seems super impressive and has that kind of cool, calm, collected demeanor, and that's I think pretty important as a player. So she's kind of come out as bang, and I'm sure she's going to keep continuing to play well.
Ewan at the front.
Just following up on that, Lydia, you know what it's like to have so much focus and attention when you're very young. What is the biggest challenge associated with that when it's you that's in the spotlight?
Yeah, I think it's different in ways because Lottie is older than when I first came on tour. She played, I think, 3 years of collegiate golf, 2 or 3 years of collegiate golf as well. So, she's been at a lot of those kind of tougher moments. Obviously, it's different being an amateur and playing collegiate golf to, as a pro, but I think she's been there and done really well in those kind of pressured conditions, no matter what kind of environment she's been in. So I think there is a little bit more experience under her belt than what people will probably give her credit for. But, when I've seen the coverage or, how she composes herself, I think she's it doesn't seem like she rushes into things or gets like overly, emotional, and I'm sure that's going to help her with that transition as well. And and you can see with her success, it comes with a great team around you, and I'm sure she has that those kind of people to help guide her through those moments.